divine intervention. Yes, sir. Those things are called miracles. Oh, yes, they are. Yeah. Snipes. I believe in.
Introduce yourself to the world.
What's up, man? Snipes, Overall Entertainment CEO.
Tell us a little bit about the craft that you got.
Well, I'm a hip hop artist, man, but I would just classify myself specifically to that one genre because we also do R&B. We do a whole lot of soul, gospel. Pretty much all of it combined in together is kind of what I'm a product of. I would start out playing keys in the church when I was like 8 years old. And I'm actually a musician for real, That's why I'm hard on my band. Shout out to New Session. It's just kind of what it is.
Overall Entertainment, name some of the guys you got on your rosters.
Overall Entertainment consists of myself, Snipes. You got Courtney Cush, which is the Chief Operating Officer. He's also a DJ / graphic designer / R&B artist. Touch a song. You got BC and Young Phil, hip-hop artists and R&B artists. Collectively, they are the crown holders, but they also have individual projects out as well. We got Otis Logan and the Four Soul Band. We got the New Session Band, which is Antonio Motley, Tim Fat Daddy Dope Moore, and Phil Smith. We got Big Bread on the production side. We got Kingpin, the composer, rocking with us on the production side. And that's just what it is. Shout out to Big Mike, Vice President, Tommy Gunn, Head of Security, Mika, another graphic designer on the squad. I hope I'm not forgetting nobody, but if I am, y'all know I love y'all, man. Overall Entertainment. Music has always been a part of my life. I really got it from my granddad, Lee Otis Towns, and passed away a couple of years ago. But originally, he's from Indianola, Mississippi. And he started off singing B.B. King back in the day. And they were actually in their first group together. And they came to Memphis together. My granddad just ended up having a whole lot of kids. He had to take care of family. And of course, everybody knows B.B. went on to do great things. But he really imparted that sense of music into me. And when I was about 8 years old, I started playing instruments in church. Started off with the drums, moved to the keyboard. And several different other instruments. Loved it. Always been very fascinated about sounds and how you could manipulate them and how you can interpret other people's things and make them your own. It's totally mind-blowing for me to actually be able to do this, on a professional level now. Never dreamed I'd be able to do this. Always, something I said, okay, that would be great to do, but it's probably realistically unattainable. But, once it started rolling, God opened doors and started blessing and kept going. And, here we are today, and I feel like we're still at the beginning of our journey, but it's growing every day, and we're building, and the people really seem to be responding positively to it. So we're going to see where it goes from here.
What do you think the hip-hop movement stands in Memphis compared to some of the other cities out there?
The hip-hop movement in Memphis right now is as good as I've ever seen it. The last time it was this good, you had people like Tila and Ball and G with Suave House doing their thing. You had Player Fly, Gangsta Black, 3-6, Kid Shine, Gotti. All them cats was really doing it big and making a major name for themselves. But that was, 12, 13 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Now, you got Juicy with the #1 record in the country. You got Don Trip and Yo Gotti just dropped major mixtapes. Both of them on major labels, bringing positive light to the city. And then all that is intensified by the fact that the Grizzlies are actually #1 in the league right now. So it's a good time to be a part of Memphis. But as it relates to hip hop, it's a lot of great artists out there. I don't want to get into naming everybody because I could be all day because I mess with almost all of them. But it's really good. The unity is there. Nobody can say that we not messing with each other anymore. You know what I'm saying? I travel a lot and I see the hip hop scenes in other cities like my boy Tef Pro. Shout out to him. He brought me to St. Louis, and you know, it was amazing. And when I say that show kind of, you know, showed me that Memphis is actually, you know, comparable to other cities. You know what I'm saying? We may not be in New York or LA or Atlanta or somewhere like that, but at the same time, Memphis has always been a city where we work for everything that we got. And the thing is, we are working. So, you know, I'm glad to see the progress of the city. I'm excited to be a part of it.
Speaking of working, name some of the projects you done dropped in the past and some of the things you got coming out in the future.
Okay, well, a lot of people may not know, you know, I started out, you know, as far as the entertainment business, you know, managing my other artists or whatever that's on the label. So the first project that we put out under Overall Entertainment was the Crown Holders project back in 2010 called Welcome to the Moon. We had a couple singles out there, get on the radio, you know, get a little notoriety from it. After that, we came back in 2011 and dropped Dynamite Reflections. You know, again, huge impact. You know, did the Dub Show tour from that. Did some 2 days with Trey Songz, Roscoe Dash, Gucci Mane, Yo Gotti, Waka Flocka. You know, went all over the place with that mixtape. You know, we literally have never had a budget other than what we get from our pockets from working jobs. You know what I'm saying? And from, you know, kind of selling these little CDs here and there, and you know, putting it right back into the business. So after Dynamite Reflection, that was 2011, we came back with my project, which was my first album, My Point of View, which was January the 1st of 2012. And man, I can't tell you the doors that opened up for me just as an artist. We've been in at least 3 cities every month this year. We did over 100 shows in 2012. You know, went from literally putting out my first single this time last year to selling out the Hard Rock less than 9 months later in Memphis. You know what I'm saying? When I tell you it was a good look, it was gangbangers, dope boys, doctors, lawyers, preachers. My pastor was actually at the show. You know what I'm saying? You had preachers in jeans and t-shirts and gangbangers in 3-piece suits and everybody singing the music, you know what I'm saying, all at the same time. I mean, it's crazy. You gotta catch a live show. If you've never seen us live, you haven't really, you know what I'm saying, seen everything that we do. But after we dropped my project, which was My Point of View, January the 1st, we came back on Valentine's Day and dropped BC Solo mixtape, which was spoken word. Outstanding. That was my favorite project that Overwater has put out to date. To date, that's my favorite. Outstanding project. If you don't have that, you can go to that Piff and get that. Just search for BC Spoken Word. Pick that up. And then about 2-3 weeks ago, we just dropped Young Phil's solo album, which is called Ecstasy. Straight heat. R&B lovers will love it. It's a real R&B album. R&B album specifically designed for people who love R&B. You know what I'm saying? Young Phil. Literally, I put out the album on that Friday. By that Sunday, we had him booked in 10 cities across the country with one single out. And no radio play, no video, no nothing. Just straight audio. So shout out to that dude, Young Phil. He worked real hard on that one. That's something he's looking forward to. That's what we've already done. And, you know, we got some stuff coming up. And, you know, be looking out for that.
Name one of your biggest accomplishments since you've been in the game.
By far, the biggest accomplishment to my career to date happened earlier this week. I won BET's Apollo Live competition that came in Memphis. I literally found out about it from my new stylist the night before the competition. I called him on some other business that was completely unrelated, and he told me about the competition. I got the info on it, made a couple of phone calls, sent a couple of emails, and they told me, you know, I could be a part of it. I did that, and it turns out I won, you know. So, you know, they gave me a little cash, you know what I'm saying, to put in my pocket that night. And next season, they flying me out to New York, and I actually be performing at the Apollo Theater on a big boy amateur night. So I'm definitely excited about that. By far, my biggest accomplishment.
You dropped a single, Freaking You, featuring KL and BC. What kind of buzz you getting back from that?
Man, Freaking You is doing numbers. We put that out. Let's see, we did the Apollo thing on Tuesday. I dropped Freaking You on Wednesday. You know, trying to, you know, build on the buzz, and everybody was already looking, so okay, let's give them something else to look forward to. I originally hadn't planned on releasing it until, you know, closer to Christmas time, but, you know, old folks say you gotta strike the iron when it's hot, so that's what we did. And it's taken off. I've had DJs hit me up from as far away as Seattle, asking about doing drops for them, doing shows for them. I got some stuff scheduled in Nashville with my homie DJ Fabulous. It's going down with him. It's actually gonna be a package deal where they're gonna get Young Phil and Snipes and BC. You know what I'm saying? It's the package deal going out with my single Freaking You, with Phil singing Headboard Banger, and BC's whole plethora of stuff that he doing. Not to mention we all featured on each other's projects, so you know when you get Snipes, it's more than just me. You get the total package, the whole overall entertainment and everything that comes with it, which includes, you know, we got our own sound system. We bought our own sound system, over $20,000 worth of stuff to do our own live shows and our live sound. We got our own studios. We record, mix and master all our own stuff. With the exception of very few stuff, we do some stuff with outside studios, but we have such close relationships with them. You know, it's just like in-house for us. My guys, Jada Av, we work real close with him. Z Music producer, Kingpin the composer, Fantastic 3, all of them. That's just like family to us. So shout out to them guys. That's what's up.
The next project that we got coming up from you is Economic Development. When can we expect to hear that?
Economic Development is scheduled to be released January the 1st, 2013. I'm trying to stay with that, you know, consistency of releasing my projects on New Year's Day. My philosophy behind it is that, you know, it's a new year, it's a new season, it's a time where people make resolutions, and normally whatever that first day is, it sets the tone for the rest of your whole year. So why not go into it with something that's gonna feed your spirit, something that's gonna feed your mind, and something that you can be proud of, and something you can listen to the whole year, you know what I'm saying, and not feel like you gotta be ashamed to like it, or something that's gonna be subpar. You know, start your year off with some great music, and I honestly believe it'll set the tone for your whole year to go back.
How did you come up with the title for the album, Economic Development? Where did all that come from?
Economic development basically means building money. That's basically what it means. And this album is literally designed to generate revenue, positive cash flow. I believe one of the biggest issues in our community, the urban community, not just black people, but any you know, economically challenged area, is the fact that we don't have access readily available to money. You know what I'm saying? He that holds the money holds the power. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have money, then you need to have influence. And if we don't have either one, then, you know, we're kind of forced to live by the rules that the other people dictate for us. You understand what I'm saying? But when you come and they know that you literally have 3,000 or 4,000 people who got disposable income that they will spend on whatever you saying that you're spending your money on, then people look at you a little bit differently. You know what I'm saying? I done got more free stuff since I could afford to get it than I did when I didn't have nothing. You know what I'm saying? So again, economic development is about building wealth, not just for me, but for the community in general, and especially for Memphis, man. I believe there's been a dark cloud over the city ever since King died in the 60s. You know what I'm saying? We kind of, you know, hit a glass ceiling, but I think that that's finally been lifted. I'm starting to see a lot of positive change, not only in entertainment, but in business. You know what I'm saying? And even in certain areas of government, you know what I'm saying? Things are starting to look better. And whether you believe it or not, whoever's in the White House doesn't determine your economic future. You know what I'm saying? So I talk about this stuff actually on the album. And I also talk about love a lot, because the second thing that plagues our community is the lack of love. I honestly believe most of our people have never experienced genuine, unconditional love. You know what I'm saying? So I go into that, I explain the different types of love: agape, phileo, eros, you know what I'm saying? Brotherly love, romantic love, and unconditional love. You know what I'm saying? So if we get those two things right, I believe that's the beginning of a turnaround, not only for me, but for society in general. So that's, in a nutshell, economic development.
What advice could you give to some of the artists that's coming up, that's following your footsteps?
The best advice I can give is keep God first. Stay humble. It's worked for me so far. You know, I struggle a lot with time management. That's my biggest issue. And a lot of times, especially as an independent artist, you wearing more than one hat. So not only am I CEO of the label, but I'm also trying to get the distribution. I'm also trying to make sure the paperwork is right with performance right organizations. I'm also making sure the publishing is right. I'm also making sure I get all of my instrumentals and all my samples cleared. I'm also making sure that I got everything for BC and for Phil and for the band. I'm also in charge of promotion and booking gigs. You know, so if you can, get you somebody, you're only as strong as your team. Get you somebody who believes in you just as much as you believe in yourself. Somebody that's gonna be dedicated on the ride. And let those people you put in place, let them do their job. You know, let your people do their job. I trust my people to the utmost, to the point where I don't even ask, you know what I'm saying, Super Wheels about a mix. I don't even ask him, you know what I'm saying, what we gonna need for sound. You know what I'm saying? I just let him know, bro, we gonna be in such and such place at such and such time. After that, he does it on his own because he's a professional and he does what he does and he does it well. You know, same thing with the band. I tell the band, hey look, I'm doing these 6 songs. The show gotta be in this amount of time, and I wanna make sure we focus it because it's this kind of crowd. They come back to rehearsal, they had the music done before I even get there. You know what I'm saying? So let people do their jobs. You're only as strong as the team that's around you, and break bread with your folk. You know what I'm saying? If I get paid, my whole team get paid. You know what I'm saying? And more times than not, even if I do get paid, and I feel like it's not enough for everybody to eat, I just give it to them, and I go with that. You know what I'm saying? As a leader, you have to be prepared to take care of your people. You know what I'm saying? You take care of your people, they'll take care of you. And I often say, you know what I'm saying, I tell my team all the time, I ask them to do the impossible on a regular basis, only because they always do. You know what I'm saying? So I'm very fortunate and very thankful to have the people around me that are around me. You know what I'm saying? We still got a couple of positions that could use, you know what I'm saying, some good helping hands. You know, but loyalty over everything. It don't matter how tough you know what I'm saying? If I can't trust you, you know what I'm saying, to be there for me in my time of need when I ain't got nothing, and I really don't need you around. You know what I'm saying? It's cancerous. And we went through those growing pains just like any other organization. But at the same time, you know, we made it through it and we still kicking it. We're going to continue to grow as long as God keep leading us, and we're going to continue to follow in that path that He's laid out for us. And hopefully, you know what I'm saying, it turns into something special.
If fans or people out here want to get in touch with you, what's the best way they can get in touch with your social networks or whatever?
The best way to get in contact with me is just call me. You know what I'm saying? My phone number's all over everything. 901-878-2199. 901-878-2199. If I don't answer the phone, please leave a message. Please text me. Or else you can reach me at Snipes901 on Twitter, Snipes901 at gmail.com. with www.snipes901.com.
Any last final shouts out you got?
Obviously, beyond anything, shout out to God, you know what I'm saying? And I really do mean it. And it's not just about, you know what I'm saying, a relationship. Excuse me, not just about a religion. It's about a relationship. If you don't know God, please get to know Him. Best thing that ever happened to me. And I put that on everything. I'm not perfect, nowhere close to perfect, but I do understand that I am striving for a higher calling. I understand that I have been set apart and I have been given certain gifts and talents. You know what I'm saying? And because I have been given them, I honor the one that gave it to me. Secondly, I gotta shout out my wife, Kim, love you, baby. My son, Samuel. You know, those are my primary reasons for doing every single thing that I do. Every decision that I make, everywhere that I go, everything that I say, everything that I stand for, directly or indirectly, goes back to those two people. Beyond that, you know what I'm saying, my family, my friends, and everybody who supports us, man. Whether it's myself, whether it's the band, whether it's the company, whether it's, you know what I'm saying, you behind the camera, anybody that's affiliated with me, man. I don't take that lightly because you don't have to. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate it with all sincerity. Thank you. And I look forward to continuing and you guys run with us.
I believe in divine intervention, cause I should have been dead from the way I was living. The fact that I make music and I'm doing it out of Memphis. I ain't talking about trapping and the people still listen. It's a blessing, sent down from heaven. Although critics come against me, I ain't fearing no weapons. I got my protection, but it's not a Smith & Wesson. It's the shield of faith that blocks my enemies' aggression. Like it's hard, but it's fair. I see a successful future and I'm